Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited, Bombardier sets 60 records and readies Global 8000. Textron upgrades Citations to Gen 3. FAA stays interpretation on Part 43 aircraft maintenance. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Colin Lee. Let's get into today's stories. Bombardier sets 60 records and readies Global 8000. The Speedy Global 8000 is on track to enter service in 2025, and Bombardier knows they have a winner with this one.
One thing we wanted to celebrate today also is that the first Global 8000 is actually in production. So we are building this product now that's going to come to service late next year. You could see that, there's a rear fuse here being built in our site in Querétaro. Harnesses are being built also. You can see on the right, the wing starting to shape up at our site in Red Oak, Texas. We're very proud to be building our wing here in the U.S. And, the program is progressing extremely well. As our expectation, we've been flight testing, of course, the product. So we're extremely happy with the result. The industry, fastest speed, longest range, lowest cabin altitude, and smoothest ride is coming next year. So despite all the great things we had with the 7500, our engineers have pushed even the limit even further to achieve and keep that leadership and be the flagship of this industry still.
While the Global 8000 is readying for prime time, the Global 7500 is no slacker and now holds over 60 records as confirmed by the NAA.
Now, we're here to tell you that along the way, as we're showcasing this aircraft around the world, we've garnered an impressive number of records. Records that can only be accomplished with a combination of range, speed, and takeoff propellant. And these 60 speed records, we've been working very closely with the National Aeronautic Association. So thank you, Amy, for being here, and thank you for being so close to us. And you can quote her that the real record here is in achieving 60 records, which is really unprecedented. So thank you for all your support.
And after the break, PS Engineering announces drop-in replacement audio panel.
The legendary BD4C program is building an exciting future for those who want a rugged four-seat family flyer with a proven history. The SureWings program produces a complete kit and builder assist program that gives you everything you need to be flying a BD4CS in record time. For conventional kit builders, BD Aviation has parts, partial kits, and full kits for the 190-mile-per-hour BD4C that has logged thousands of hours. Visit SureWings.com and BDAviation.com for more details.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
We've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/Rusty today for details.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. PS Engineering announces drop-in replacement audio panel. PS Engineering introduced its new PAC-37, a drop-in, plug-and-play replacement audio panel for light to medium business jets. The PAC-37 is intended to be a direct replacement for the Baker Series 1045 analog audio panels and is backwards compatible with legacy radios but with additional functionality. PS Engineering says that market has been neglected, and the PAC-37 is a reliable, easy-to-install system at a reasonable price. Because of its many connections to COM and NAV radios, many owner-operators choose to retain legacy audio panels even when upgrading the primary avionics suite. Duncan Aviation upgrading Securaplane SD cameras in Gulfstream aircraft. Duncan Aviation says its technicians are ready to begin upgrading the Securaplane SD cameras in Gulfstream G350, 450, 500, and 550 aircraft. The SD cameras are being retired by Securaplane's parent company, Meggitt Technologies, because the components are no longer available. Installation of the replacement camera, the CMX HD series, is covered under an STC on G4X and G5SP aircraft. The STC allows owner-operators to retrofit their existing systems without significant structural work. U.S. Customs stops imports of DJI drones. Chinese drone manufacturer notified its distributors that U.S. Customs and Border Protection is preventing the importation of some of its drones, citing the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act as the reason for the stoppage. DJI sells more than half of all drones sold in the U.S. and says that no forced labor is involved at any stage of its manufacturing process. The company is happy to provide the documentation verifying its compliance with the UFLPA. Satcom Direct Plain Simple KU-band terminal on Gulfstream models. Satcom Direct has announced that its advanced technology Plain Simple KU-band tail mount terminal is now available on Gulfstream production aircraft, and the first production G600 with the system has been delivered. The system is currently available on the G650, 650ER, 500, and 600 production aircraft, and additional installations are in progress. The achievement extends the successful rollout in the aftermarket sector for the SD Plain Simple terminal, which entered service in February 2023 and is now flying in over 150 aircraft globally. That's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Textron upgrades Citations to Gen 3. We heard rumors, but Textron has taken the wraps off numerous grades for several of the Citation line, with the CJ4 now getting a Gen 3 makeover with similar treatment for the M2 and others. And by the way, the CJ4 Gen 3 is already in flight test.
CJ4 Gen 3 is bringing a new level of command for your flight. We're also proud to announce today that the CJ4 Gen 3 is the first aircraft to be announced featuring the new Garmin G3000 Prime with Garmin auto throttles as well as the Garmin Emergency Auto Land. We are excited about the technology and features that the Garmin cockpit brings as it creates the ease of our pilots to transition through our Citation product lineup. With the best-in-class range at any payload, the CJ4 Gen 3 has more standard features and lower direct operating costs than our competitors. The 525 type rating continues to provide the versatility for our pilots' aviation journey. The design also includes newly upgraded flight deck to optimize the pilot's experience. This includes new map lighting, new flood lighting, as well as pocket accent lighting. To offer a more elegant ramp appearance, we're also adding winglets to the CJ4 Gen 3. The aircraft seats up to 11 max occupants with a standard seating configuration of 10. We are confident that the CJ4 Gen 3 brings a new level of expectations to the world of light business jets. Customers get the best of both worlds with the CJ4 Gen 3, the performance, the productivity of a Citation, and the modern, luxurious, and customizable interior. Also, in alignment with our commitment for a more sustainable future, like all of our turbine aircraft, the Gen 3s will also be able to fly on SAF fuel. So the final exciting news I want to share with you today is that the CJ4 Gen 3 had its first flight earlier this month already.
After these messages, FAA stays interpretation on Part 43 aircraft maintenance.
Looking for a new generation of proven and efficient aviation power plants that boast modern engineering, electronic ignition, and both direct and gear drive systems? With 100 horsepower to 240 horsepower, the Skyline and Redline engines offer uncommon value in an overpriced industry. Whether you are looking for fixed wing or rotor, MW Fly Americas has been established to service the American market with dedication and expertise. MWFlyAmericas.com.
For over 30 years, the massive Sport Plane Resource Guide has provided expert, credible information, evaluations, and critical analysis of all that the sport aviation world has to offer. The all-new digital Sport Plane Resource Guide is coming with extensive multimedia features that are constantly updated, an even more comprehensive online guide to all things sport aviation. Available soon. www.sportplane.com.
Backcountry flying to us is our playground. For us, it's how we access the things we like to do. It's just our lifestyle. We exclusively use the Hartzell Voyager prop, and it's proved to be just a great combination for what we do. What it's doing, it's helping us all have better performing airplanes. Man, it feels a lot better clearing trees by 50 feet versus 20 feet. I don't ever see myself not flying.
Welcome back. FAA stays interpretation on Part 43 aircraft maintenance. On October 15th, the FAA placed on hold its legal interpretation that had upended decades of well-established policy and reversed recognized legal precedent to require certificated individuals to be physically present while supervising other personnel. The FAA response read in part, quote, "This letter is to inform you that the FAA is issuing a stay of the legal interpretation of 14 CFR 43.3D, dated September 3, 2024, while the agency reviews its policies and regulatory options. This stay does not represent a conclusion on the contents of that interpretation and will be effective until such time as the agency issues new or supplemental guidance," end quote. The legal interpretation referred to in the letter was issued in response to an inquiry from Jonathan Moss, a FSDO manager in Little Rock, Arkansas. The interpretation was issued by the FAA Office of Chief Counsel, who wrote that the physical presence of a supervisor was required, as distinguished from mere virtual or remote oversight, to comply with the in-person standard. The Aircraft Electronics Association, along with other industry groups, plan to follow up on the FAA's request for further discussion surrounding the now suspended legal interpretation. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.